where are you? And I'm so sorry that you've had to come back to the tube tonight. Come back to the tube tonight. Are you gonna put that in? Oh, guess what? I've been waiting for you to get back to talk to you about this. I don't know why I looked deep into the camera lens when I did that. So I was watching Catch Me If You Can. Wait, no, this is gonna be, you're gonna love this. Oh, I'm so excited to tell you this on camera. I'm so excited. So you've seen Catch Me If You Can, right? Yeah. But you understand the premise of the movie? Yeah. Based on a true story. Do you know the movie at all? Anyway, so the movie Catch Me If You Can follows Leonardo DiCaprio as like an 18-year-old kid, and he just impersonates like people and ends up fraudulenting the United States government of like millions of dollars. He impersonates like an airport pilot. You know what I mean? He impersonates a pilot, a doctor, a lawyer. He's essentially Johnny Sins. Anyway, so the way that they catch him, like they kind of like follow his like credit cards and blah, blah, blah. I shit you not. He spends time in Louisiana. Guess where he hires a car in the movie? No, Shreveport, Louisiana. I swear to God. But they mentioned Shreveport. And I just thought it was hilarious that I've never heard the town Shreveport ever in my life. And then we went there to compete. And then Leonardo DiCaprio in a movie based loosely on real events. But yeah, so I'm heavy on my Leonardo DiCaprio stuff and my Denzel Washington. So whilst I was working yesterday, my background films were, you'll love this. These are 3 good films. Catch Me If You Can. Yep. American Gangster. Yep. Wolf of Wall Street. I'm going to try and incline press 165 today, I think. Yeah. 165, I think, is the goal. I haven't actually free bar incline pressed in a couple of weeks because we did Smith machine, dumbbells. Yeah, I haven't really trained chest at Muscle City in a couple of weeks. So, but we've started the off-season push, Mitchell. 111. Weight's going up, which is obviously going to happen when you put androgens back in. I'm running a pretty basic stack, to be honest with you. I'm running almost the identical stack to what I ran last year. I'm just adding a few little bit intricacies. Like it's pretty basic. So you use like a test base, a DHT base, and then a NOR19. So we're going to run testosterone, NPP, which is like a nandrolone propionate. I've run DECA before, and I've not liked it. So a lot of people don't understand that NPP and DECA is actually the same thing. They're just carried through different esters. So NPP is like a short estered DECA. And I noticed that like I get a lot less side effects running that than I do running the long ester decadoanate, and then Masteron, because I'd love to run primobolan, but we're in Australia, and who can really get proper primobolan in Australia? I don't know. So we're just going to run test, MPP and MAST, throw a little bit of GH in from a recovery standpoint, and that's it. And in terms of like coming off post-comp and then when to go back on, I definitely subscribe to the methodology that you should be off at least half as long as you're on. I mean, in an ideal world, you'd do like a 1-for-1 ratio, but so, I mean, it's been what, a good 3 months since we've been overseas? Not quite. Yeah, 3 months to the day. So got blood work done when we got back, saw how bad, well, not bad, but you know what I mean? Like post-comp, your blood work's never going to be perfect. So I saw where my blood work is at immediately post-comp, went through like a full health phase, came off everything. And when I say everything, that doesn't mean like 250 milligrams and 2 IU of GH. That means I didn't put anything exogenous into my body for the better part of 2 months. And then realized that my test was probably a little bit lower than I liked it to be. So we went back onto like 125 milligrams of testosterone just to sort of bring that up. And then once we sort of did that, we did another round of blood work, made sure that was all good. And then once all my health markers were at a standpoint where I was ready to be back on cycle, we went, let's do it. Start with dosages that are very mild. And I made the conscious decision to speak about PEDs on a public platform, but I'm also making the conscious decision to not reveal dosages because I think that's important. And I would hate for anyone to look at what I'm taking and say, yep, I'm going to take exactly that and I'm going to look exactly like Matt, because let's be real. You will look better. You will look better than me if you take exactly what I'm taking. So I think it's very important to understand that I'm taking what I'm taking for me. It's very individually specific. To be perfectly honest with you, and to be quite frank, it's not even remotely as much as what you'd think it is. I can wholeheartedly say that with the utmost confidence that it is enough, but it is definitely not too much. So the plan is off-season push, then I will bridge with a TRT between my off-season pushes, and then I'll come off completely before we start prep, and then we'll start prep again. So I think the best way for me personally in the past is to sort of be completely off, do a pre-comp phase, then come completely off, and then first off-season push, TRT bridge, second off-season bridge, completely off, comp prep. So that's kind of like the way I break up like the 4 parts of my year, I suppose. If you're going to compete once a year, obviously if you're competing several times throughout the year or you want to have an extended comp phase, then I guess that plays into the variabilities a little bit. But for me personally, that's the best way that I like to structure it. So off-season push, bridge, second off-season push, come off completely, comp prep, come off completely. I think that's the wisest way to go about it whilst maximizing efficiency and the return on investment without jeopardizing my health and just blasting all year round, which a lot of people seem to love to do. When I'm looking at blood work specifically, it depends on the specificity of what the person has taken, what their blood work has represented before. And like you said, you've got the markers that the GP will look at, but I'm like, perfect example, like the amount of times that natural people will go in to get blood work done and their creatinine and the liver enzymes will be elevated purely just because they train hard. And then you get protein synthesis breakdown, which has got to be like processed through the liver, and like your creatinine levels are going to be elevated because of that. So understanding what can be slightly above and tolerable in what category is very, again, individually specific, but also specific to what you're doing, what phase you're in. So right now, as I'm pushing my body weight up, I'm very mindful of probably like my blood pressure. I've never been one to have an issue with like triglycerides or cholesterol. Like I've never had an issue with cholesterol. Type 1 and type 2 diabetes like runs in my family a little bit. So I'm very mindful of like my blood glucose. I'm very mindful of getting my heart checks, my calcium scores, that type of stuff, even though I've never had any issues with that in the past. But things like that, things that are irreversible, I guess I'm more mindful of. So anyway, that's where I'm at. So we're pushing food up into like the 5,000 calorie territory now. Fasted weight was 111.3 this morning. So I'm starting to feel like a bodybuilder. I firmly believe that orals in an off season are possibly some of the dumbest things that you can do. I don't see a tangible reason why you would use oral performance enhancers, unless maybe like if you include metformin in that, but I wouldn't. The issue that I have with a lot of people that take PEDs, especially in an off season, because if you're in a 12-week comp prep, everyone's perfect. Everyone is. Well, more often than not. People are more inclined to be more switched on because they've got an end goal and they've got a goal weight or a goal show, or they want to get to a specific point in time in their prep that blah, blah, blah. When you're in the off season, everyone cuts corners. I don't care who you are. I cut corners in the off season. I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm perfect all the time, because I'm not, even remotely. In fact, and I've spoken about this before in terms of you need flexibility for longevity. I just made that up. I like that. I just made that up on the spot. Put that on a shirt. Longevity requires flexibility. Longevity requires flexibility. If you're on 24/7 all the time, 365, you're going to burn out. I don't care what you say. Unless you're just an absolute freak of nature, you can't. Physically, mentally, you can't. The issue I see is people in an off season increasing PED dosages to fill the gaps that they should be filling naturally. So it's the people that they can't get enough food in, so they up the dose. They are not getting stronger because they're not progressively overloading and following a program in the off season, so they up the dose. They're not lean through a bulk phase as much as they'd like to be because they're not increasing their cardio, so they up the thermogenics. Are you doing what's sustainable long term, or are you just trying to accomplish an outcome that can be obtained healthier, more naturally, and more beneficial long term, or are you just going to take more drugs in order to do that? And I definitely subscribe to the less is more method. I mean, I spoke to you about this when I was talking to some pros backstage, and I was hearing some of the cycles that they were taking and comparing them to some of the cycles that I was taking. And I'm not going to name names, but holy shit, I am not even touching the size to some of the shit that some of those pros overseas are taking. But yeah, we're going to train some chest today. Have you seen the Travis Scotts in person? What do you think? What do we like? Are we a fan? Yeah. I like what you said. Are you going to hang around for a little bit?
Absolutely.
I might need someone. Oh, true. I might need someone to spot me on the incline today. Okay. I think I'm going to try incline press 160. So yeah, I'm going to stretch, warm up. I'll do like a fly, and then I'll just jump straight into the incline press, I reckon, and then I'll work up on that. So that's your first movement?
Yeah, so I did 3.5.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Yeah, cool.
Definitely on the
yeah. I might use that as my secondary movement. 10 unanswered DMs currently, and they're going to stay unanswered for the entire session of my duration.
This is your time.
Thank you.
They
It was so much busier earlier.
Was it really?
Yeah.
What time is it? It's about that time. 2:30. Time for the dentist.
Oh, you got your teeth fixed.
I got my teeth fixed, yeah.
Really close up.
I haven't trained here since maybe Saturday. Oh, thank you, sir.
I was gonna be a freaking.
I didn't see you lurking over there.
I'm always looking.
Always lurking or always jerking?
Always watching.
Always watching. Is it a Vulcan strap from Temu or what? Really good. I said I had to take a rest day yesterday. Well, I didn't have to because I ended up training on Sunday with Matt, and then I was supposed to train with Arnon yesterday, and he took off to Sydney without telling me. So I was like, you know what? I'll just take a rest day yesterday so that I'm fresh for today, and then my training split like syncs up again. So I kind of just like flip my Sunday and my Monday around, so it'll be good. So push today. I'll train pull tomorrow with RDLs, then I'll rest Thursday, and then I'm back to my normal split. And then it's like arms Friday, legs Saturday, rest Sunday. So I do like a 3 on, 1 off, 2 on, 1 off. Perfect. I was talking Matt through like warm-ups for bench press because I was like, oh, what do you do before you like warm up your bench? And he's like, I start bench press. I was like, wait, what? What do you mean? So we're like going through some like rear delt activation, some lat activation, some chest stuff. I think it's really important to like warm up antagonist muscle groups to what you're training. So if you're training chest, and like your back is on the bench and your shoulder mobility is shit, like if you warm up your rear delts, warm up your rhomboids and warm up your lats, it actually makes for better pressing. And a lot of people don't think about that. So warming up antagonist muscle groups, like before you hack squat, we do a hamstring curl, right? You know what I mean? So warming up antagonist muscle groups before performing an exercise actually is so beneficial for you from an output standpoint, from an engagement standpoint, and then from an overall performance standpoint. You'll find that you're so much stronger, so much more fluid within your range of motion and your movement if you don't just go straight into an exercise and you actually warm up, like I said, the antagonist muscle group. So anyway, basically what I'm trying to tell you is train full body every day. Every day. I was getting compliments on my calves the other day. Oh, no, I swear to God. At the posing workshop, I was getting compliments on my calves. We're gonna band it from the roof. Yeah, I'll definitely need you to come up and then out with it.
Yep.
All right. 1, 2. Yep. Yep.
Fuck yeah. Come on.
With me.
I got you. Good.
Yeah. Oh, that was heavy.
That was good though.
Thank you.
Fuck yeah.
That was heavy.
3 weights up.
Yeah. 3 plus 2.
Yep.
Fuck.
Hey, that's like
Fuck on and fuck.
first week touching 160.
Yeah, I've never touched 160 on that before. No, it actually felt really good. Like I felt good chest contraction. Yeah. I'm so nervous that like the point in a press that's like the best, weirdest for me to get my head around is like coming out of that bottom part like that's when everyone tears a pec, is like coming out of the bottom range. So I'm like always so slow on the eccentric phase, and I'm kind of like hesitant to like use my chest and contract and push up. Yeah. But then I'm also like, I want to get the rep. Like, I want to get the rep. So. And then I don't know if you felt like that first rep, I kind of pushed back to you a lot, and that kind of threw me off. So rather than like pushing up, for some reason I pushed back to you. Smith machine? Yeah. I thought the same thing, because that kind of threw me off. And then the second rep, I kind of had to like shake it down and kind of feel it a little bit better. So, because I haven't had this in rotation for a couple of weeks now.
You switched it out again,
Yeah, I switched it out, and I did like, I went back to Smith, pressed the 70 dumbbells for a few. And then I think one session I came in and I only did machines, like I didn't do any like, so yeah, getting back into barbell.
Yeah, it doesn't feel right.
Yeah. For me, it's more like, especially on a back off set, I'm so concentrating on execution. So it's like, yeah, I know I can move 3 plates aside for reps, but am I going to get the most out of it from a bodybuilding standpoint? So what I'm visualizing preset here is not just pick the weight up and press it for 10 reps. It's like, I want to get maximal execution about this. So I want to get as much chest contraction as possible and as limited front delt contraction as possible. So what's that going to look like? What's that going to feel like? And then try and implement that within the set. And like I've spoken about this before, I'm not really a big like rah-rah guy when I train. Like I'm not a big grunter or a screamer. I'm like very like cognitively focused on what I'm trying to, the outcome that I'm trying to get is mental, it's not physical. So that's kind of what I'm thinking about right now is, okay, where did I go wrong on my last set and how can I improve that from an execution standpoint in my back off set? Much better.
Good, let's go. Come on.
One more.
Yep, I got you. Push, come on. Set.
Yeah.
Great fucking set.
Yeah, like theoretically, that was a much better set than my first set. Good, appreciate it. Good shit. Good shit. I'll probably do maybe a tricep dip, and then I'll pose after that. Like that's all I'll need, volume wise. Chest is fried actually, like in a good way. I probably overstimulated on the warm-up set, to be honest with you, a little bit. The cable press, like the cable fly / press.
Seated?
Yeah. But I probably went a little bit heavy and like went a bit too far. Like we're probably...
When you're feeling too good.
Yeah. So I ended up doing like maybe 1 or 2 working sets there, but whatever. Whatever. Yep. One more here? Yeah. I'd rather do like a cable extension. Yeah. Just as like a volume. Yeah, like a volume finisher. They've got like basically the Wish version of the Vulcan strap here, which is pretty good to do. Anything that you can take grip strength or forearm like contraction out of, I'm 100% a fan of. Even to the point from like a pressing standpoint, you'll always notice that I always press in a suicide grip. I never press like, I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know if it's like being a kid, like always doing push-ups. So everything like open hand. So even when I was training push with Jess the other day, and it was like, even on a machine like that, and I'm kind of pressing like that, I was like, I can't even really articulate anatomically why I prefer it. It just feels nicer. Good. Good. 2 more. Yep. Last one. Squeeze. Come on. Good. 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 Two more.
Good, come on.
Ow. Good. To be honest, I don't even know I'll go much heavier. So I aim for like a 12 to 15-ish.
Yep.
So I got a lot of high volume and just really squeeze. Season A, baby, we locked in.
Oh, then we off to Japan.
Then we off to Japan. Feel like coming to Japan?
Is that October?
I'll be before October. It'll be like August. Pointless. $20,000 worth of camera equipment. Hey bro, can you take some photos on my iPhone real quick?
Either side, right?
Cool. What I'll do. Just want to wrap it up for the tube or what? Like, comment, subscribe.
Follow us.
Oh, that's different. Yeah, we'll wrap it up there. Semi-decent chest session, but off-season's well and truly underway. I'm very much a fat boy. I'm very much a hairy boy, but the content's coming thick and fast. The tube's rolling. We're living the dream. Rinse and repeat. You know the drill. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.